Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to make the Boho Gemstone necklace, which is an exclusive kit by Beadaholique. So there's three different ones. There's the rose quartz one, the crystal quartz, and the amethyst. And all of these have a combination of gemstones with wood beads, some pretty cube beads, and some seed beads to make the length of it. And so when you get a kit from Beadaholique, you get everything you need to make this particular project or the project that you're buying the kit for. So in this case, I've pulled the kit ingredients for the rose quartz necklace. So this is the finished piece. And what you're going to get are 5 pretty gemstones, or rose quartz. You're going to get the round wood beads, these cube beads, a tube of seed beads, a clasp, a jump ring to be the second part of your clasp, some crimp beads, crimp bead covers, and a length of beading wire. So all you're going to need to do is supply the tools, and they're pretty basic beading tools. A pair of crimping pliers. I have the pocket crimpers here because I really like them, but any crimping plier will work. A pair of cutters, a pair of chain nose pliers, and then a ruler for this particular project as well. Now what's nice about these necklaces is you can make them as long or as short as you want. So here we have an example that's 30 inches long, so really a nice length to hang kind of on the chest or right below it. But you can make it shorter by just adding fewer seed beads up here. So you could even make this a 16-inch necklace or an 18-inch necklace if you want. Now I'm going to teach you how to make it. It's really simple. This is a great beginner beading project or fast one if you just want to make something pretty in just a short amount of time. You'll see that this video is going to go pretty quickly. Or if you want to get someone else into beading, you can give these as a gift. It's a great starter project. So what I'm going to do to begin with is uncoil my length of beading wire. So just carefully uncoil it, and you see that it is nice and long. And we're going to start by attaching the lobster clasp to one half of it. And to do that, we're just going to take a crimp bead, put it on our beading wire, loop it through the lobster, come back down through the crimp bead. So we just made a loop, pull it a little tighter. So that's a nice loop right there. So it's not too tight, but it's not too loose. And we're going to go ahead and crimp it. So on your crimping pliers, you've got 2 notches. One that's like a crescent moon shape and one that's more of an oval. The crescent moon shape, which is closest to your handle, is what you're going to use first. So you're going to go ahead and set your crimp bead down into that notch and squeeze. And let me show you what happens when you squeeze. So it made the actual crimp bead into that shape. Now we're going to go ahead, stand it up in the oval shape. You can get the clasp out of the way so you can see a little bit better. And squeeze again, and that folds the crimp bead over onto itself. So it's really nice and secure. And I'm going to go ahead at this time and apply a crimp bead cover since I have really easy access to it. So to apply a crimp bead cover, I'm going to grab the cover between the 2 noses of my chain nose plier with the opening out. Now I'm just going to slip that over my crimped crimp bead. So you see it's sitting right in there now. And now I'm going to go back and just squeeze. So now it just looks like a bead instead of a crimp bead. Go to the other end of my wire, and we're going to string some seed beads. Now for this particular design, we want 9 inches of seed beads. So I'm just going to start stringing some, and you don't need a needle. The beading wire itself is thick enough that it's just going to go ahead and pick them up. And you're going to slide them down. Now you notice I did not cut my tail off of my beading wire. I actually like to leave a little bit of tail versus cutting it really close there just for added security. So I'm going to go ahead and slip my beads over that tail. So there we are. So now I'm going to just continue beading. So I have about 9 inches of seed beads. So we've got our 9 inches of seed beads. So we're ready to add some of our other pretty focal beads. We're going to start with these cube beads. And I really like how they have a nice metallic sheen to them. So we're going to do 10 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There's something very soothing about doing a strung project. Now I'm going to add 6 of my wood beads. All right, so we've got 6 wood beads, and now I'm going to add another cube bead, followed by a gemstone bead. Now these are gemstone beads, so they are all going to vary a little bit. So what I like to do is I like to kind of see which is the biggest one, and I'm going to put that one at the center. So I'm going to lay these out here with the smaller ones on the outside. And they all will vary a little bit because they are natural. And I'm just going to put a cube bead between every gemstone. My 5 gemstones. And now I'm going to do one more cube bead before adding my remaining 6 wood beads. And another 10 cubes. And now we're ready for some more seed beads. So what's really nice when you purchase a kit is you really do get just what you need to make the project. You will have a couple leftover beads here and there, but we've gotten ahead and we've broken it down so you don't have to buy an entire lot of crimp bead covers or an entire 100 crimp beads. You really get just what you need, which is a great value. So now I'm going to add the other 9 inches of seed beads. I do like these gold ones. All right, that looks good. All right, so now we're ready to add our crimp bead to this end. And we're going to go ahead and do that by just picking up that crimp bead like it was another bead. And the second part of our clasp is a closed jump ring. So we're going to go through the closed jump ring, loop back around, go through the crimp bead as well as several adjacent beads. And then you're going to pull that tail to cinch up that loop. Now this is an important part of the design process. You want to make sure, because you have this laying on a table, that all your beads are down to the other end. You don't have a big gap of beading wire that the beads become kind of loose as you've been stringing. So that can happen. And so you just pull your beads down. Now you also want to make sure they're not too tight, because if they're too tight, this isn't going to just move and flow as you're wearing. It's going to be stiff. So to do that, after you've made sure that they're down at the end, just kind of work with them a little, make sure that they've got a little bit of gap here and there, and that it can actually move and flow. So that's another key component. So sometimes helps to even kind of kink up your necklace a little bit. So now we're ready to crimp our crimp bead. And remember to do that. We're going to go ahead. A little tricky. So we're just going to put that crimp bead in that bottom notch. You see that loop got a little bigger than I would have liked. So I'm just going to pull, I'm actually pulling the tail with my hand just to cinch up that loop. We're going to crimp that crimp bead. And we've gone ahead and we've made it into that crescent shape. And now we're going to go into that top notch and squeeze to fold it over onto itself. So now we're going to add the crimp bead cover. Remember, have the opening out. and you want to slide it over your crimped crimp bead. And then squeeze. Now we're going to trim our tail. And we are done. And we just made a pretty strung necklace. And for the clasp, open the lobster clasp and slip it onto the jump ring to secure it. Again, these are the Boho Gemstone necklaces, which are exclusive kits by Beadaholique.